Certainly one of the most beautiful structures in the most historic city in the U.S. That's City Hall here in Philadelphia. Get ready, everyone, for Tuesday afternoon NBA action on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony as well as Brent Barry. And we'll be catching up a bit from the sideline with David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Sixers coach Brett Brown helped build this team from ground zero. There were some lean years in Philly, but Brown helped set the values and the culture for this team. Brown said, "Can you teach? Can you cultivate relationships? And do you bring energy?" Those three qualities are what I've hoped to create throughout my tenure here. Kevin, mission accomplished.
He's done a terrific job. Thanks, David. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. The two stars, George and Leonard, fill up the forward slots. Beverly and Williams, the guard tandem. And Harold in at the 5. And for Philadelphia, the tall lineup out there for the 76ers. Simmons, Richardson, Harris, Horford, and Embiid. And so here we go, the 76ers to start it. Richardson against Williams. Pass to Simmons. Now the feed to Embiid.
Well, what's not to like about Joel Embiid? A physical specimen at over 7 feet tall, all the skill in the world, and a personality made for stardom.
The 76ers shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
And their numbers from the line last season, they're good, just not great, about 77% as a team.
A big fella with the ability and confidence at the free throw line is something that every team wants. Don't have to make those late substitutions. Keep your big guys on the floor.
Kicks it out to Leonard. Back to Williams. 5 to shoot. Three-pointer. And there's Harold. That's good on the assist by Williams. You talk about Embiid's personality, whether it's on the court or through social media. Greg, he's not shy speaking his mind.
One of the best trash talkers in the league. He doesn't hold back, but it's never personal. He's embracing the spirit of competition.
And I do so enjoy watching a bounce pass executed that perfectly.
And it's George finishing it off.
Well, it's the golden age of point guards, and Patrick Beverly trying to show that he belongs amongst them. Great awareness on that play.
And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Outside Leonard. Beverly looking around. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. And Philadelphia has possession. And the 76ers with possession. In the corner, it's Richardson. Horford trying to free himself up. Richardson, good.
Well, for Tobias Harris to take this step, getting away from scoring and finding teammates to become a more adept passer, that's good signs.
Now, here is George. It's stolen by Harris. About 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Beverly against Simmons. Back to Harris from the arc. It's rebounded by Leonard. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They trail by 1.
Well, a lot of players in the league are going to make that shot, and for him, it's pretty much automatic. It's a good defensive effort to prevent the layup.
Now, here's Richardson. Embiid kicks to Richardson. Just 5 to shoot. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
So weird. Sometimes when you get that much time, it can throw you off just as much as having no time.
George, no good.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And a slam dunk by Richardson.
I like to see Richardson up there and finishing strong.
Embiid with the steal. Harris against George. Inside and stolen by Harrell. And now running up the court, Leonard pushing it up. And it's Leonard with the jam.
Just a lightning bolt there in transition. No one can match up with Kawhi, especially at his position. That time they paid a price.
And the Clippers franchise joined this league in 1970. They've never made it past the conference semifinals.
Yeah, but the last few years, when you talk about the landscape of Los Angeles, the Clippers have had a remarkable run, much better record than the Lakers have had in Tinseltown. And so surprising to think of all the talent that's come through the Clipper doors in prior years, but this could be the year with these additions where they break through.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. Brent, when it comes to moving around in tight quarters without a lot of space, who's the quickest player that you have seen in a half-court set this year?
Still remarkable to watch where it is that Kyrie Irving can get to on the floor in any sort of possession. It's like he could take 50 dribbles in a phone booth and find a way out of it, spinning around and finding gaps within the defense. But it's not his handle with just the one hand, right, Kevin? It's that he has an idea of, after he does the moves around the traffic, when he gets into the basket, multiple ways of finishing, much like Rod Strickland, who's a tremendous finisher in his days years and years ago. Kyrie's got a lot of that in his game.
Shamet, and he banks in the layup.
Of all the action happening there, Kevin, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
And Simmons kicks to Smith. Pass to O'Quinn. Here's Harris. There's 1:26 left to play here in the first. Outside, Simmons. Good, and Harris gets the assist. Harris has got 3 assists now in this one.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Leonard attacking, and again the Clippers turn it over. And so Simmons will bring it up for Philadelphia. They lead by 7. Smith outside. Beverly against Simmons. Knocked away. It's stolen by Green. And here they come. Here's Shamet. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
And a huge piece of the Tobias Harris trade last year, Brent, Landry Shamet shows a lot of promise.
Interesting for Lambeau, as they call him, at age 22 out of Wichita State, to come into the league, show his ability to shoot from the three-point line, shot 40% from deep while taking over 4 a game last year, seemed very comfortable in seeking out the line. And the opportunity for him now with the star power around him, a lot more is going to open up for Landry Shamet to be a 3rd or 4th guy on the offensive end to make some major contributions.
And it's the 76ers with the ball after the basket by Los Angeles. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. And Leonard gets it to go. Leonard's got his 2nd basket of the game.
Great dribble move there. Kawhi using refined ball handling skills to get wherever he needs to on the floor.
Tipped away. Leonard with the steal. And a good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. 76ers lead by 1. Live from Philadelphia, you're watching 2K Sports. Al Horford was born in the Dominican Republic, and he talked about why he...
Coming from a place where, baseball is what's driven to us.
Yeah, wanted to follow in his father's footsteps.
And what a career. College championships at Florida, an all-star in the NBA. I think he made the right choice.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And guys, what's your take so far on Philadelphia?
In that first period, they showed a willingness to make the extra pass.
So much unselfish play out there. The coaching staff has to be thrilled with that.
Simmons and Smith are your 1 and your 2. Scott is out there with Harris, and it's Bolden in at the 5 down low. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Now, here's Zubac. Green kicks to Beverly. Shot clock at 6. From downtown, Bolden pulls it in. The 76ers lead it. Smith outside. Shamet with the steal. Leonard attacking. Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Simmons finds Smith. Knocks it loose. Shamet with the steal. Here's Beverly. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Simmons passes to Harris. From 13, Green with the rebound.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Kevin, Josh Richardson has made himself into one of the top defensive wings in the league. Richardson says there's a certain competitiveness that comes with being a good defender. The defensive end takes will, and I have a lot of it. Kevin J. Rich is self-described as super competitive, and that edge is what drives him.
It sure is. That's what it takes. Thank you, David. And Brett, with the corner 3 being such a popular shot, should we consider widening the court, making it all feel the same?
That's an interesting question, Kevin. There's been some talk around the idea of actually dissipating that three-point line into the sideline.
Yes.
And I really just wanted to say dissipating, by the way.
Well, and you said it well.
The other thing, Kevin, that has been considered, what if we went back to skinnying up the lane line, back to the original George Mikan days of the lane being 6 feet wide rather than what we see today at 12 feet. That would put a ton more value on post-up and two-point play, almost so much as the three-point shot and the two-point shot in the post equate to the same amount of points per possession.
Yeah. Some changes for Philadelphia. Embiid, he's checked in for Bolden. Horford comes in for Mike Scott. And Josh Richardson subbed in for Zaire Smith. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac. Reese Harkless comes in for Jermichael Green. Paul George, he's checked in for Leonard. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Here's George, following the score by Josh Richardson. The pass to Harkless. Clock at 6. He kicks to George. And he slams it down right on top of Joel Embiid.
Well, not only looking at Paul George get up, look at the guys on the bench loving it from PG.
Here's Simmons. He has 6. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Richardson outside. Kept alive, and Embiid is right there.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Now here's Williams. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. To the left wing. Harrell kicks to George. That one, no good. And it's Philadelphia the other way. And it's Simmons penetrating. And Simmons slams it in.
Yeah, and when Simmons is driving inside, he's going to sky up. Whoa!
You saw that.
got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. Here's Richardson. 8 points for him.
Well, for so much of what Paul George brings to the table, you have to start with his defensive impact. He is one of the top defenders in the league at his position, if not the best.
And the Clippers call time here. You look at George with all he does, Greg, you sometimes forget how good his perimeter defense is.
Well, I mean, his teammates and coaches won't ever forget about the impact he has on that end. Even when George isn't scoring or the shot isn't falling, he is still a monster on the floor just with his defense alone.
JaMychal Green, he's checked in for the Clippers. Shamet kicks to Harrell. No good with the triple. 76ers trailing. Harris inside the line. A miss that time. Would have put him up. 1:56 left to play in the first half. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. George finds Green. And here is Shamet. In the corner, George with it. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession.
I know people can't see you, Kevin, but you're doing what I'm doing, scratching your head to that turnover.
For Philadelphia, they've gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. Simmons dishes to Harris. It's hauled in by Paul George. For Los Angeles, they've gone 6 of 9 in the second quarter. Some good work from the field. Passes it to Green. George against Harris. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That's on Ben Simmons.
2 years ago, Paul George and his curious travels about where he was going to land in terms of free agency made his way back to Oklahoma City. And a lot of people were wondering why he made that choice. Then a year later, at the behest of Kawhi Leonard, a trade goes down where Paul George ends up back in Los Angeles with the Clippers. You talk about a two-way threat along with Kawhi Leonard. What an unbelievable wing combination the Clippers have with these two.
And a better box out saves them 2 points there.
It didn't seem like anybody was really aware there to go and collect that rebound in the possession.
Zaire Smith, he's checked in for the 76ers. You throw good, Paul George.
Well, his body control is phenomenal, and his ability to get to the line has always been impressive. That's a huge part of his game.
Now here's Simmons. He's got 8. Smith up top, defended by George. And there's the call on Lou Williams. That is his first foul of the game. And Philadelphia making a change here. Scott's checked in. And then for the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Montrezl Harrell. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Landry Shamet. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Williams.
Looks like Josh Richardson is always seeking a shot, this time looking for contact as well.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And last season, 86% from the line. So he's always had that calm presence at the line no matter the situation.
Jonah Bolden's checked in for Embiid. He doesn't get the second one.
And Josh Richardson, continuing to develop his overall game, has such good height at the 2-guard spot.
And then Leonard with the dunk.
Man, he sure can get off the floor.
He one of the best in the business, absolutely. The 76ers trail by 6. That's tipped. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Beverley. The 76ers have gone 5 of 11 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Richardson with it. 9 points in the game so far. That's a 2 from Smith. Another miss by Philadelphia. Here's Beverley. No good on the last second attempt there. And we finished one half of it. Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans.
A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. Some good action during the period, as it was just a one-point game at the end of one. And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Without question, George displaying his skills today.
Oof. That first half looked like a dunk contest mixtape. Was just destroying the rim.
Yeah, the defense has got to be a little bit embarrassed. There is no reason why he should just be on top of that rim.
And the Clippers, looking at who they've got, they're down low at 4 with Harrell in the middle. Beverly and Williams, the guard tandem. And it's George in at the 3 spot.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Beverly against Simmons. Ball's knocked loose. It's 2-on-1. For 3, Williams. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Feeds it to Embiid. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. 10 points for Joel Embiid.
And passes like that demonstrate the winning mindset Simmons has. A guy that wants to get his team involved.
And he gets it to go.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Pass to Harris. Simmons on the wing. Defended by Beverly. Pass to Embiid. Great D that time from Harrell.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And they double up Simmons. Here's Embiid. Out of hand on it.
Can't be lazy around Patrick Beverly. He's going to get you down low with hands. That time, he blocks a shot.
Clippers leading by 6. They double him with Horford. Leonard the pass to Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
And when he gets ahead of steam, you almost feel sorry for defenders. Ben Simmons, a combination of size, speed, and ball handling that can, at times, be unstoppable. That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
And the Clippers call time here. And with his passing and driving ability, Greg, Simmons is like combining a power running back in football with a pinpoint passing quarterback. Not much he can't do.
Kevin, a football metaphor is appropriate. Simmons grew up playing Australian rules football, and the physicality and quick thinking of that sport really reflected in his style of play.
6 to shoot. Leonard draws the double. This one for 3. The offensive rebound. Back to Beverly. There's the pass to Harrell. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. To the middle. Here's Leonard. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Leonard's got 12.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And after he missed the first 2 seasons of his career, Greg, with a broken bone in his foot, would injuries be your main concern for Joel Embiid?
Look, no doubt about it. As long as he's healthy, he's an all-league performer. Still, 7-footers carry a lot of weight in our league. He wants to prove he can play big minutes. They just got to make sure they protect him.
Smith checked in for Richardson. Out to the right wing. Embiid comes with a double team. And George kicks to Shamet. Back to George. And it's George finishing it off.
Yeah, I'd be aware of Paul George, especially when he's that close. How about that throwdown?
Here's Simmons. That one goes. Count it. He's got 12.
I mean, he makes plays like that in his sleep. The game is just far too easy.
Shamet finds Beverly. They double him with Simmons. Shamet the pass to Harrell. Now, here's Shamet, covered by Smith. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Some changes for Philadelphia. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Embiid. Scott comes in for Al Horford. And Jonah Bolden subbed in for Harris. And then for Los Angeles, Zubats is checked in for Harrell, and it's JaMychal Green in for Leonard. Now, here is Smith. He's still scoreless so far in this one. He can't get that one. Beverly against Simmons. And Beverly kicks to Shamet. And it's the Clippers scoring again.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Scott against Green. Takes it from 10. Yep, it goes. And the Clipper lead is cut back down again to 6 with the basket from Scott. And here's Beverly. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. In the corner. Shamet with it. 58 seconds left to play here in the third. Simmons. Green with the rebound. Green's got his 4th rebound in this one. George double teamed. Here's Zubats. The shot's good on the assist by George.
A really good decision there from Paul George. Quick to find the open man.
They can trade 2 for 1 here.
Would be the right move, I believe, right now.
O'Quinn dishes to Simmons. Smith on the wing. Wide open look. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Left side, George. Out to the wing. Doubled by Smith. Beverly finds Shamet. Lays it up and banks it in. And now it's a 10-point Clipper lead.
Pushing the action, getting others involved. He does it time and time again.
Nice to play with a point guard that takes pride in playmaking. It makes you move around just a little bit faster to get open spots.
And it's in there. 14 points for Ben Simmons.
And when Simmons is inside, forget about it. He uses his skill and smarts to take advantage.
And so it's Los Angeles going into the break with a 10-point lead. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. Back to the action. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. A moment now to reset the lineups. Back to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the 4th quarter. So on the floor for Philadelphia. In the backcourt, Simmons and Richardson. Then it's Mike Scott. Then there's Kyle O'Quinn. And it's Bolden in at the 4 slot. Williams kicks to George. George double teamed. And Williams, here we go. He sinks the 11-footer. Williams has got the lead up to 10 now for Los Angeles.
So good at scoring over the defense, Lou Williams. It's like he's better under pressure or with more difficult shots from time to time.
O'Quinn the pass to Simmons. And Simmons slams it in.
A power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could. And George with the stuff.
Well, because he scores so often, Williams draws defensive attention. Coaches change some coverages, which in turn open up some passing opportunities.
Simmons finds Richardson. Out to the right wing. Floats one. And it's sent back by George.
You can't toss up the weak stuff around Paul George. He sees it coming and uses his reach to get to it.
Some changes for Philadelphia. Embiid, he's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. Horford comes in for Jonah Bolden, and Harris subbed in for Mike Scott. And then for the Clippers, Harrell comes in for Ivica Zubac, and it's Leonard in for JaMychal Green. Now here's Richardson. Tight defense on him. Harris inside, defended by George. Horford kicks to Simmons. Puts one up from 19. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Leonard's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger. Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Richardson outside. And that'll be Philadelphia as it goes out of bounds. 76ers retain possession. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. And they double up Embiid. Shot clock at 5. Here's Simmons, and Simmons slams it in.
Crafty and smooth. Simmons tearing up the nets. He is definitely a rising star.
They get a hand on it. And now Philadelphia on the break. Richardson's running.
Clearly a foul.
Well, last season, Josh Richardson just exploding for the Miami Heat. Brent, as you know, he was their top scorer.
Well, he's a great three-point shooter. The 3-and-D aspect is what drew the Miami Heat coaching staff to what Josh Richardson was capable of doing. Now he's going to do that in Philadelphia.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Beverly's checked in. And he sinks the second. Well, maybe not the most well-known player in the league, but Josh Richardson has been a big source of offense, and Grady's done it for a while now.
A bit of a specialist, but Richardson has no problem putting up and making threes.
Los Angeles leading by 11. Leonard with the ball, and it's Horford picking him up. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
And this is who he has become. Leonard, with the great body control, takes the hit and still able to sink the shot, and one.
And maybe the biggest story of this summer, where would Kawhi Leonard be headed in free agency? A player of his caliber commands that kind of media scrutiny.
Timeout called, the 76ers. Greg, you talk about the media focus for Kawhi Leonard. Not exactly something he embraces.
Not at all. As a kid on his birthdays, he'd shutter himself in his room because he didn't want the attention. To this day, he lets his play do the talking.